Big Tony, what's going on? Right, I'm going to eliminate some of these drawings here for you, mate. And so that's the B&B, right? That's the B&B. So what you're looking at here, a load of squiggly lines, right? But the thing is, you want to know where it's about planning, identifying where support and resistance is, i.e. where things bounce from, where things capitulate from, where the price moves up, where the price moves down. Got some stuff here. Okay. From December 22, we started getting that bull run where that really started merging in October for me, October 22. And you've got something here as well. Right, let's just pop that line up there. Okay, what have you got there? Something of an ascending triangle with that pop up there. Okay, so traditionally that is a bullish thing, and it does look like it's going to pop up. Quite often it might well pop up in the latter third area. Quite often it can do that. So quite often an ideal spot in the latter third area of the last quarter of the ascending triangle. Further it goes on, the more squiffy it is, not good. Round about here, having a bounce from here would have been fantastic. So if it had popped up from here like that, we could have been looking at a nice breakout potentially, traditionally, in an ideal world. However, it doesn't quite work like that. So you've got a variety of other indicators that these shapes form just simply by fucking ranging. Just look up continuation patterns on the internet, and you get an idea of what might happen. So that's a traditional continuation pattern. I believe that to be an ascending, and it doesn't have to be absolutely tits up perfect tits there. Nothing in the world is totally 100% perfect. That was perfect enough for me. Right. So what has happened? So somewhere along the line, I use these indicators. Right. Okay. And that comes down there. That was trending down like a toasty little thing, wasn't it? Whilst we were getting these higher highs, this sort of trend, even though the movement is lateral, we're looking for a break to the upside. And so we're getting these higher lows. That's a good thing. But despite the higher lows, it's getting a bit low. What's that all about then? I'm trying to remember on the RSI, you get something like called, look this up, bullish RSI is relative strength index. Look that up. Look up types of bullish divergences, bearish divergences. Look up bullish crosses and bearish crosses, or golden cross, death cross, stuff like that. And with the RSI, always a good one. And then on top of that, right, so what else has happened? So let's come down low. So what's happened here? Back in April, you got that tip up there, and it's crossed over and stayed under that little purple line. Pretty much stayed under there. Looked like it might have just could have potentially found some energy to move up. However, that wasn't so. We didn't see much movement. Looking at MACD there, there's not much movement on the old histogram there, is there, as well? There's a lot of other stuff you'll probably think of, but I'm not going to talk about that here. And with that, also, I've mentioned these support areas. It doesn't have to be in that little local spot or on the big spot. There's all sorts of other little places you can look at further things happening. So you've seen that little low there, bosh. That little low there goes on to form, because things always fall to the low side. Boom, boom, boom. It's testing that there, and it just that was a support area. Once it dropped that support, boom, there you go. It's dropped, hasn't it? Why is that led? How has it led to that point? You've got declining strength despite the upside, yeah. So you've got this declining strength since April, and we get the crossover in mid to late April. Okay, it's failed to gain further movement. August 22. Again, slight breakout in November 22 when things started turning ultra bullish. Instead, when the rest of the market was going absolutely mental, started building up momentum, is still declining. But in January, it did find, discovered with the rest of the market, further onward movement. What was the onward movement at that time? 39% between then and February. Well, there was some, that's like only 1/3 of the price compared to the other markets, which by that time, some of them had done, at least twice, doubled their price, at least. Many of them in the cryptos had. In that bullish era, those months of really bullish sentiment in the crypto market, it's failed to gain further upward movement. Test, reject, test, reject, test, reject. And that energy starts running out, doesn't it? So think of like a bouncing ball. When it thuds on the ground, boom, bounces, wait for it, comes up in the air, bounces. And those bounces start going boom. It starts getting more and more frequent as it starts hitting the ground more frequently, as there's less energy, right? And this is what's happened here. It's failed to gain that upward movement. Test, reject, test, reject, test, reject. Yeah, finally rejected, and it's starting to reject at this point, bouncing on the ground until it's gone and capitulated. Does that give you an idea? Sentiment, momentum, movement, sort of an energy in the market, if you like. So, what's the how do we gain that? So there's one way there. It still might come down to there, off that local there. See that local low to high movement. You can also, so let's have a look at that one again. The local high to low. Boom. And on that area there, that's interesting. On the local high to low, something called the 618 golden ratio Fibonacci sequence. This is the Fibonacci tool, Fibonacci tracement tool. It's popped through there right at that key point there. There's confluence on that line. So perhaps what happens is it's either going to bounce there or reject. It's rejected, come off, retest, pop back down. So that's all fucking done, isn't it? So 618, it goes turbo either way. Now if we take back even further, I bet this has come down to the 786, right? And again, down to the 786 right there. No question about it. Also, good target prices when coming down low. Looking for support, target prices if you're short, are the previous touches. Yeah, always previous touches or areas of sort of consolidation there. Yeah, so we bang that through there and you get an idea. See how it's popping up above there? Right? So that's always a good one in there. And perhaps, see in there, little area of consolidation through there. And sure as eggs is eggs, it's popped through there. Okay. So previous price action does indicate where those price targets can be. Now then, pop on a short. Let's see what the computer says out of interest. If overbought, which it is, go short. Overbought, extremely overbought. Yeah, if in overbought, go short. Overbought, go short. Overbought, that's what the RSI is saying, overbought. Well, crikey, it's not the case, is it? Bit of confusion there. Hey, crossover, overbought. So it was a go short, wasn't it? overbought there, but it took a long time. Overbought, go short. Overbought, go short. Overbought, go short. What were those percentages there then? Roughly about 11%. So that's not bad. Get yourself a 10% on there. Overbought, go short. Probably want a short in there. Gosh, bloody hell, it's done it for you, hasn't it? Eh? It's done it for you. Now you could have really had a really expensive stop loss to begin with, and bring that slowly dragging it down as it slowly confirms itself, right? So initially, that was a nice one there, wasn't it? Around about 12%, not bad. And then that extended itself probably more to there. So 18, 27, almost extreme greed, 32%. And the fourth one would have been 38%. Happy with that. That little touch there, sell off, get in. Does that make sense? So planning the trade, looking for little various indicators of confluence, lots of different indicators of confluence to identify where these opportunities are. So once that goes in, you're absolutely toasty, Tony. Oh,